I just posted a video searching for an internal crack on this engine, which had passed my tests, but I have a feeling I might have missed something, because when I went to drain the oil, I was expecting a little bit of water, and a quarter cup did come out, but I was expecting it to be fresh water. Well, I could actually smell RV antifreeze in it. So you got to ask yourself, how does antifreeze get in a crankcase? There's something definitely wrong that I missed, so I'm going to take an even closer look. And what I ended up doing was draining all the oil, and I let it set overnight. And right now, nothing is dripping in the pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook the water up again, because I have a feeling these exhaust manifolds might have an internal crack. So I'm going to isolate them again, pressurize the engine block itself again, and I'm going to leave it sit for a number of hours, because if there is some tiny crack in the valley, it'll take a while before the water gets in there. Now, the history of this boat is I bought it in the winter, sight unseen. The whole thing was covered with snow. It wasn't covered up, and the bilge must have filled with water, because the starter was all rusted, and I actually had to replace the starter. So that's why I expected a little bit of water to be in there. Right, looks like the engine survived the 24-hour test. Not a drop in the pan. She's got a new oil filter. Oil's in it. I pulled out all the plugs. So we're ready to see if something shoots out of these cylinders. All right, nothing came out on my side. I don't think anything came out on this side. So the motor is 100% good. Take off this manifold. This side's pretty dry. No rust. Same in here. First, we're gonna run it like it's naturally hooked up in the boat, just to check to make sure that the riser's not cracked or the gasket. And we'll be looking for water out of here. Exhaust ports. Let's turn the water in. No water is coming out of the exhaust ports. Of course, that end one is hard to tell because water's splashing all around it. So I think this one's going to be good. We'll take the riser off and pressure test it. We're all set. I'll turn the water on. Oh, we got a leak somewhere. Oh, it's just in the rubber boot. Not a big deal. All right, I did reclamp everything. It held for a little bit, but then popped a hole over here. But still, this one's sound, no cracks in it. I'm gonna pull the port side now, and if this doesn't show me something, this is really gonna be a mystery. We'll run this one unpressurized again. We're looking for any kind of water out of the exhaust ports. So far, nothing. No cracks. No cracks in this one. No cracks in anything. I can't find a crack in nothing. And yet, antifreeze was in the oil. You know what? Let's take a look at that. All the oil from that engine I put in this bucket. I should have did a video on it, but I thought I was done. Didn't find any evidence of cracks, but I don't know if you can see it. A little bit of milky stuff on there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in a bottle. The oil has been sitting in the bottle here for not quite 24 hours yet, and this one is separating a little. So whatever's on the bottom, we're gonna try and figure out. So we're gonna do a slight investigation to the best we can. So what I did is I filled up 3 pickle jars with the equal amount of fresh oil. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put regular gas in this one. It's marked G, right? The center one, I'm gonna put some RV antifreeze in it, which is what I smelled. However, it wasn't pink. When I smelled it, when I first drained the oil, it came out clear I could smell the RV antifreeze. It was sweet. And in this one, I'm going to put the engine filter gasoline in there. I did take this off. It smells like gas. I don't smell any RV antifreeze. But in each pickle jar, I'm only going to put a half a tablespoon of each kind of fluid in there. I'll mix it up and we'll see how that actually separates and which one's the closest to what I actually got. All right, all three ingredients are now added. They all lightened in color, so we'll let this set for 24 hours. My samples have been sitting for a day now, and in the 2 glasses that were mixed with fresh gas and the bad boat gas that was in the filter, they did not separate on the bottom. However, the RV is starting to separate. It is pink in color down here. Unlike this one, I still don't know what this is yet, so what I'm going to try and do is poke a hole in there and drain some of that out and smell it again, see what it smells like. But in this case, there's also a dark ring on the top, and we have the same effect happening here. So whatever got into that engine was not by the fuel, I don't believe. It must have been some sort of oil additive, or somebody may have put something in there. I don't know who would do something like that, though. A marina, they got to sign their name on that. They're not going to do that. The owner of the boat is surely not going to put antifreeze in his engine. So, I don't know, maybe you want to blame it on the wife. I don't know. How much is actually in the oil? I had to crunch the numbers, seeing how I just used a half a teaspoon for 1/3 of a quart, and that comes out to about a half a cup that went into 5 quarts of oil. In order to get the liquid out of the bottom, I think the only way I can do this is to just poke a hole in it. I'll keep it on the angle, and after she starts leaking, I'll just tilt her up. Smells like antifreeze. It definitely smells like antifreeze. It could be the regular green kind. I poured some RV antifreeze here, the mystery liquid here. We'll see if it evaporates. It's been like an hour, and I poured just regular water on this one. It's now pretty much dry. The mystery stuff, it's only damp in the center, but the paper feels a little stiffer, and the RV is still damp, and even the edges didn't really seem like it evaporated that much. But this doesn't smell at all. This has a slight odor. I can't even tell what it is. So who knows? Because I hadn't done it before, I figured I'd try and add a half tablespoon of water in the gasoline, fresh gas and oil mixture. Shook it up. It's starting to settle. It's been like this for about an hour also, so we'll see what that looks like after a day. It's been 24 hours since I put the fresh water in here, and it's already separating on the bottom. This one, it's been 2 days now, and it's still having a hard time of separating, just like what's in my oil. I guess I'm going to cut the video here because this is already too long and boring. In any case, I'm going to just run the engine. I'm just waiting for some spark plugs, and I'll pin a comment below if the oil does get milky again. If it does, then apparently I have a hairline crack somewhere, which only a hot engine will release the antifreeze into the oil. Otherwise, then nothing's wrong with it, and we're back to blaming somebody's wife.